PQF campaigns specifically. So trying to make sure that I don't miss anything about that, and I'll pass it to Ahmad.
Thanks, Almond. I've been helping out with sending out a lot of emails for optimism and for other things. So that was mainly what I was working on this last week. This week I want to help with anything else that we need for optimism to get the word out. And I was also hoping that we have some time on this call to talk about other things as well. Mainly, number one, if we should try to do some kind of a paid marketing campaign. I know that we briefly talked about it, but I was thinking that we could experiment with a very low budget and just see how it works. Maybe we could go in detail on that later. And then also just like, I know that we're focused on optimism, but I think that shouldn't stop us from like pushing forward some of the other stuff that we started before, like the onboarding landing page, SEO, and like all the other stuff. I mean, of course, we want to make sure that we do all the optimism things, but if it doesn't take much time, I think we should not lose momentum for the things that we have been doing over the last few weeks also. So maybe we can talk about that more later too. And let me pass it on to Serbi.
Thank you. So last week, I've been very busy on the personal front. Like I was sick one day, then I was traveling, then I was moving into a new house. So there has not been a lot of progress from my end the last week. Today I was, so I briefly, researched on the Twitter campaign after we discussed that other channels will not really work for us. I also was researching on some sort of, marketplaces, crypto ad marketplaces, and just figuring out options. For example, like one of the thing that I just shared on the OP outreach, right? Like one of the idea was that. But anyway, and today I was just cold reaching out to projects which have received OPs in the first 2 rounds. So yeah, that's what's going on. I will pass it on to Suga.
Thanks, Serbi. Hey, everybody. I'm. Oh man, I just went blank. I did the interview. So yeah, actually, back to what Ahmad was saying, I was just trying to kind of keep my other things moving along while also helping with the optimism. So yeah, made a little bit of progress on Giveth and Wikipedia. Sort of like snuck in a couple of little edits on the DAO and some other stuff. So hopefully that's gonna start leading to a bigger picture, a bigger page coming along. And then other stuff too, like starting to interview, hoping to do more of these really great projects. Talked about this in Communitas, to kind of start fleshing out the storytelling narrative side of projects for the homepage and also the SEO pages and stuff like that. I know there's more, but I'm also just a bit distracted at the moment, and I'll pass it to Jake.
Hey everyone. Tom's items this week, just a standard to mostly focus on some partnership first line meetings that I have this week. No real challenges. We'll have to drop at the bottom of the hour. Lauren and I are jumping on an ENS quadratic funding call. And that's about it for me right now. So let me pass it to Ash.
Thanks, Jake. As far as comm stuff goes, just working on the social media campaigns coming out of Communitas, making sure we got content for those. Promoting Meet the Makers. I don't think I really have too many comms things on my plate right now, just trying to support in any ways that I can. And yeah, I think that's about it. I am a little distracted in the background doing give back stuff. And I will pass it to Keshav.
Yeah. My intention is to see like what's happening. The Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I'm like so like what we need to like do with Giveth's maker, like we have been creating. I've been creating videos with that, and yeah, a little bit distracted because yeah.
Okay, cool. Maybe we can pass it to Kotabe.
He said in the chat that he can't talk right now.
Oh, sorry, I was taking notes and I didn't listen. For my check-in, I'm interested in discussing Octan's fundraising and comm strategy. Cool. I think that in that case, we all went. Oh no, Aljin. Aljin, go ahead.
Thanks, Salmon. So for the past few days or weeks, I've been working with my usual task with our social media, and it's good to know that we're really getting increased engagements. I've also been supporting as well for the Optimism QF round, and I'm here to see where I can support in other tasks or projects. I'm gonna pass it to Lauren.
Oh, Lauren, yeah.
Oh, hi. Great. Thanks, Algene. Yeah, comm stuff that I'm working on. I'm working on some stuff for basically the Optimism QF round. Like, we're going to need to send another email out to projects saying that they got accepted. We should send an email out to projects saying that like the round is beginning. So I'm going to work on drafting a couple emails, maybe trying to delegate those emails. Yeah, I definitely want to talk a little bit about that this round, kind of just to check in and see where we're at with all the outreach stuff and just try to clear things up. I do need to leave at 12:30 or at the half hour point to go to the ENS call, where I'm going to be trying to get them to sponsor QF. Also, I'm interested in talking about the Octant campaign. I think this would be really awesome as well. Katabi made an issue for it, and I think that's all. And who's missing?
I think we all went. Yeah. I think we all went. Okay, so as I heard in your stand-up, we should touch on Retro PGF campaigns as Lauren and Jake are living, and also Octant, as you both are relevant for this topic. So maybe we can start and dedicate half and half. Start with the Octant campaign. Here's the issue that Kotabe make. Maybe either Kotabe or Jake, I don't know who would be taking leadership on this effort, can give an overview so we can all understand the layout of this campaign. Or Lauren, because Lauren also is a Octant expert.
Yeah, I can talk about it unless Kotabe wants to jump in. But basically, so Octant is going to be coming up. I think Kotabe put the dates in the issue. All right, I hope he did. Maybe not. But anyway, the Octant voting I think is coming up. Oh, you did?
Yeah, from the 29th to the 2nd is the allocation window, and before the no, not 29, from the 19th of October till the 2nd allocation period. But before the 19th, any people that voted on Epoch Zero or anyone can buy GLM. Like people that voted on Epoch Zero can go and claim their 1,000 GLM and stake them. People that want to buy GLM can buy GLM and stake them, and then they will be eligible to allocate on the allocation window. So basically October 19 is what splits the time. Before October 19, people can get GLM and stake it on the Octant app, and after, then they have to allocate it.
Yeah, awesome. So I think, and basically, the sooner people stake their the more voting power that they have in the whole Octant round thing. And last time we got $180,000 from Octant, a lot of which went to the matching pool, and some of it went to Giveth to fund our team. So this is like maybe less important than Optimism, although still pretty important. And I think the only thing that, I mean, the best thing to do from a comms perspective is just to put out like a little bit of like a tweet campaign or a social media campaign where like in the next couple of weeks, we tell people, remind them to claim their GLM or buy GLM and stake it in order to get themselves like ready to vote. And then we do like a couple of tweets and posts throughout like the voting window, and maybe during the voting window we might want to put an email out as well. Just, I think maybe hold off on emails for these first couple of weeks because we're emailing a lot. Yeah, so that's kind of like the basic overview. I think it's just Katabi created this great issue with like the details of it, and I think we just kind of need somebody who's like, okay, I'm gonna write some tweets about it. So maybe well, Steve's not in this call, but maybe he could help with that, or maybe Aljean wants to help, or maybe Almond. I don't know.
Cool. Also, learning from our past experiences with campaigns that has to do with fundraising would be great to have someone that leads these effort. I mean, not that if we don't have a leader, we would not do the job, but more to have someone that really is making sure that we're not missing anything. So wondering if we could decide who's going to lead these Octant effort, if it would be Jake, Otave, Lauren.
I can do it from the fundraising team. I have like 5 projects on Octant, so I'm keeping a very close eye to everything that's happening there.
Cool, perfect. Again, just to make sure that we're not missing. Great, Otave.
I have a question. I also wrote a comment on the issue. I don't know if we know this yet, but like, how is like the mechanism for like, I mean, how do we like allocate funds to the projects? I mean, I know that like you could like star a project or like favorite a project, but it's still not clear like how do the rewards get distributed? Do like some of it go to us and some of it go to the project? What if you like favorite multiple projects? Is it like split between all of them? Like there's a few things that is like it's still not really clear, and I think like it would help us with our marketing if we knew the answer to like how it works exactly.
Yeah.
James? Sorry, go ahead, Lauren.
Maybe you have a better answer than me. You go ahead, Kotave, and I'll jump in if not.
Okay. So basically, yeah, on the allocation, once it opens on the 19th, we are going to be able to split, and it doesn't have to be like an even split. Maybe it's going to be more like the POAP on Snapshot, where you could say like, okay, 50% for this percentage for that. As far as I understand, this is how it's going to work. I don't know specifically how, I mean, like the interface and how is it going to be. If you can do like 59.999, or is it going to be like 10 or 20 or 30%? But yeah, you are going to be able to allocate the staking rewards that your GLM got, or your proportion of GLM got, to different projects. But I think this is a very good point. I've been asking questions on the Octant Discord, and I've been asking questions to James directly, and he's super responsive. So if we have more questions like this, I will be happy to reach out either to the Discord or to James, and we can get the answers. Yeah. And then just one more idea. I asked James also if we could update Giveth, because they didn't. We in our description it says like, yeah, we're going to launch QF and some things like that, and he said, yeah, no problem, send the information to me and I'll update it, so we can also update the information for Giveth. Go ahead, Lauren.
Awesome, that's great, Katabe. I just added you also to, we have this chat with a few people from Giveth, and James and I'm in it as well. It's like an Octant Giveth chat. Maybe we can use that also for some of the comms. I'd love to just like kind of like know what's going on with this. And yeah, but other than that, I think you said it right. And yeah, I think they're going to be updating their docs and stuff, and at least by the time we have the voting application, the voting window come around, then it'll be a little bit more obvious on like how to distribute your stake, your part of the rewards.
Yeah, I mean, like one more thing that also wasn't clear that they mentioned in their docs is like there's user rewards and there's match rewards. So I think like I'm not sure how this works, but apparently you could claim some of them yourself. But I'm not sure if you claim rewards, does that mean that less go to the project? I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
exactly. So basically, they're gonna have like a part. They're gonna have like some rewards that they're like, oh, this is just gonna be the matching rewards, like that they're setting aside, and then the other percentage of the rewards is like going to users, and then users can decide if they want to keep it or if they want to give some of their rewards to projects. And then the matched rewards kind of like match the rewards that users delegate to projects or users send to projects. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
And a nuance there is the more people that claim their rewards for them, the bigger the matching is for the people that didn't claim. So the more that they can direct to public good projects. Yeah.
Oh my god, this sounds so crazy. I don't know. I think that we should really make sure to understand everything pretty clear so we can write the correct information for the users and not get confused because I think that this is kind of confusing.
I think the first thing, like for the first, basically before the application window, or at least like for this week, we should just make a tweet that's like, hey, if you voted in Octant Epoch 0, you have GLM to claim. Did you claim it already? If you didn't, you should claim it and stake it here. In a couple of weeks, you'll be able to vote to allocate funding to public goods projects, and we'd love your support. Simple like that. And we could also add in like also, if you didn't get the airdrop, or if you want more voting power, you can get GLM. We could like link them to Cow Swap or something. It's like you could buy GLM tokens and stake it. The sooner you stake your GLM, the greater your voting power. And just like that, and not explain the matching thing and the sending rewards and blah blah. Not explain the voting at all in the first couple of weeks, because the only thing we need people to do is stake their GLM and as much GLM as they can as soon as possible, so that our community has voting power. That's like
I totally agree.
That's all we need to know.
Totally agree.
And then in a week or 2 weeks, we'll know more information. We can tell more information then.
And then these people can be very happy because they got an airdrop. I know I was. On the issue, I put some recommended like time frames or schedules for the campaign. Like, maybe one tweet here, and one tweet in the last day, or something like that. But I would love your comments. Same things for the mailing campaign. And I also I wanted to ask something. Ahmad and Mitch on the last epoch did, I think, something that was super valuable for Giveth, the spreadsheet where you found all the people that received the all the addresses that received the Epoch 0 POAP, and then crossed that with our databases and found a lot of people that we DM'd and make sure that if they voted and so on and so forth. So I still have that spreadsheet. I also made an issue for do some DMing, reminding people, hey, have you claimed your GLM? Which I think is nice. And then at some point also remind them like, hey, if you claim it and stake it, like feel free to vote for Giveth, or if you want, vote for Giveth. But another question that I had there is, and especially for Mitch and Ahmad, can we make like a similar thing, but now for the people that were airdropped, or the people that did voted? Can we see that, or should we use this spreadsheet and that's it?
Well, you could shot list.
Okay.
Voted.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
you get the list of the airdrops or the votes from Etherscan or from Snapshot or wherever. If you just put them in a Google Sheet, then we can match that with our email database and then send them an email that way.
Cool. Then I'll dive into that.
Is this something that you can take on, Kotave? We check the snapshot and cross-check the list?
Yeah, I have bandwidth.
Okay, cool.
I have bandwidth, and I would like to learn. It's going to be a new one for me, but it will be interesting.
Yeah, for sure. If not, I'm sure that either Ahmad or Mitch can help you with getting the information. Perfect.
I think I can get the spreadsheet and maybe the cross checking. I don't have the emails database. Maybe I'll send it to Ahmad or Mitch for that. Does that sounds good? Ahmad or Mitch?
Yeah, I mean, once you have a sheet, that part is easy. I can do it.
I have another question. So for the QF, we are going to have the logo of Octant. Should we also have from the Golem Foundation, or you think it's not? What do you think?
I know that Lauren was asking them about their logo. I don't know, Lauren, do you have an answer if we should add both Golem and Octant, or only Octant to the Quadratic Force banners?
Oh, I just Octant. Wait, you were asking this, Katabi? Why are you asking this? Just curious.
I mean, I was just thinking this like on the whole, giving visibility to Octant, Golem, and that could have people, GLM holders, to say, hey, give it school.
Right. I don't know. I can talk to them about it, but I think it only makes sense to put just the one logo, because it's really just like coming from one thing. It was like Octant created this thing. They spun it of, Golem, but yeah, I'll message James as well in there.
Great. Okay, I think that we have the next steps clear. We have only 5 minutes before Jake and Lauren jump off. So RetroPGF campaigns, we have 2 efforts right now. Get more projects with an OP address. Lauren is leading this outreach effort, and the Optimism QF. So on the first one, Suga, Steve, Elgin have been supporting outreaching, and then Surbi is also contacting some RetroPGF projects. She put the messaging that she has been sending through our chat. I don't know if Lauren or Surbi would like to add something on this front.
Not really. Like, I started the outreach today. Like, alternatively, what I'm also doing is like joining all the Discord servers, of trying to figure out some Telegram handles of people working here. So I have been successful in figuring out the Telegram handles of only like 7 or 8 projects. Not the project, actually, people who are key instrumental people who are working in that particular project. So I was thinking that I will start reaching out to those individuals also. It might just help us to get more replies and confirmation. So yeah, I mean, that's what I'm doing, but happy to understand more and take your suggestions as to how things have worked in the past. So yeah, Lauren, Almond, if you want to add something and suggest something, that'll be great. But that's what's going on from my end.
Well, yeah, go ahead, Lauren.
I was just to say, otherwise, I think the outreach is going really well, and we've gotten kind of a lot of projects adding their Optimism addresses, and Steve and Suga and Algene have been just like going hard, and we have like a coordination channel on it. I don't know if they have any questions, if like Suga or Algene, you have any questions or comments, but if not, I think we're doing pretty well with like an effort there.
No, well, I don't have any comments regarding it, and I think there were several messages earlier, and we were able to talk about the things that needed answers.
Also, I think that Suga is supporting with this, but Steve mentioned that we can start also reaching out through other channels, not only Twitter DMs that sometimes is closed. So Algene mentioned that she will be helping with the Instagram outreach. I think that Suga is also making some LinkedIn outreach. I think that that's a great idea. We can just keep doing this and find other ways. And with the 3 minutes that are left, something regarding the optimism QF that you want to clarify, Lauren. I just wanted to suggest having 3 Twitter spaces, one that's confirmed on the 10th, another on the 13th, and another on the 18th, or maybe with 2 would be more than enough to cover everything. Just wondering.
I think that's great. And maybe we could, I don't know, maybe we could do like 1 the first week and 2 the next week or something like that. I think just having these like spaces like as shill spaces and sort of like one sort of near the end of the round where there's like the final push of like, donate to me would be kind of good to do as well.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then just one more thing I wanted to mention on the optimism thing. I just kind of want to like let everybody know I've been talking to Idris, and they basically set up this thing where you can like tip or donate to projects through like directly through their Twitter profile. So we're like gonna be working with them to like basically fetch those donations on our back end, include them as donations in the round. So it's basically like another way that people will be able to donate to projects. So we're gonna be trying to like get the Twitter handles of all of our projects so that we can like basically pass them to them and like create this integration. So Algene created a type form for it already to collect the Twitter handles, and I'm going to be maybe drafting an email to start like collecting that information as well. Yeah. Sorry, Mitch. Wait, what?
What backend developer is going to work on this?
Carlos, and it's not a lot of work. Like it's just basically like doing a check to their contracts and being like, oh, okay, these donations. Yeah.
Wow.
It'll be cool.
That's amazing.
Okay, I know that you guys need to leave, but if you have something, we can always catch up on Discord if something.
Yep, thanks. And I was just going to quickly say thanks a lot, Almond, for all the hard work on Arbitrum. We saw something like 177 unique donors on that Gitcoin grant. So thanks a lot to everybody in comms. Just a little follow-up. See you guys later.
Thanks, Jake. Thanks, Lauren. Cool. Okay, so more about these OP campaigns. Someone else have something that we might be missing? I think we cover everything. We're just wondering if someone has something else.
Alman, quickly, 1 second. So we did have this discussion yesterday that we will not be proceeding with the paid campaigns on the Twitter. But I had a quick chat with Emma today, and I think we can still do an experiment. But I would just love if Emma can share thoughts on this and when we should proceed with it. Emma, do you want to take this up?
Yeah, sure. So I think, one of the difficulties with us doing any paid campaigns is we don't have revenue, so it's hard to say like, okay, this is like a profitable campaign. But I think we could do a test, at least on Twitter, and we could do it on like a cost per click basis. So we would only pay if we get people to like click on our ad. And I was thinking of like just doing a small experiment, not spending thousands, maybe just like a couple of $100s as a test, like just to see how it works, with very targeted ads, only targeting people that follow Optimism. So it'll be super targeted. It'll only be shown to like a few thousand people probably. And it'll just have a simple message like, do you want to get free OP and like take part in the upcoming quadratic funding round on Giveth? If yes, just fill this form. And like maybe we just make like a type form, like something very simple, just like the name of your project and like the handle or something. And just test it out with like $100 or something and just see what happens. I would suggest something like that, like just very simple.
Yeah, I think that paid campaign definitely is a great idea. I discussed this with Lauren And because the round starts on the 9th and projects need to get verified before and basically create a project and get verified, we were discussing that the time was too tight to really put together the campaign and then put out this messaging to really be effective, as it's not only about the campaign results, it's also about the verification process and everything that comes that has to do with this effort. That's why we decided to keep up with the outreach. So I would say that I agree this is something that we should try, but to be honest, as we are maybe 4 days before the round start, I don't really think that we will have time to get results on this. So I would love to maybe focus this campaign on something else, on another messaging. Maybe we can see another angle to try it out. But with this optimism, say that really not something that I will invest in. I don't know, Ashley. Do you have some other thoughts, Nicola, as you're part of the verification team? And you're part also on this process.
Sorry, just to be clear, this is about keeping track of getting the projects that don't have optimism addresses to add them.
No problem. Madden, we were mentioning a paid ads campaign to get more 25 OP, more projects on Giveth, adding an OP campaign. But I was telling them that we have really 3 more days to push on this, and I don't think that we will have enough time to really get some results out of this. So touching on you to check on the time frame of the verification process and the requirements to participate in the QF round.
Yeah, I don't know that running a paid campaign for this is really the best idea if we only have 3 more days left. We don't really have a whole lot of time, but I mean, still doing the outreach and trying to get people to add addresses is probably a good idea. The time frame for verification right now, I think we've got 4 projects or something with applications that aren't completely with decisions. So we're still we're keeping up pretty well with that. I don't know a deadline if we're starting the round on the 9th, then I guess by the end of this week, I would say by a Friday. Actually by Thursday.
Yeah.
Can we say Thursday or Friday? Because that gives us all Friday to actually do it. So maybe by Thursday they should have their application in, and we'll try. Let them know we can try to do more than that, but we can't guarantee anything. And even still, I'm hesitant to guarantee a decision by that point, depending on how many applications we get in. We're trying our best though to just stay on top of it.
Yeah. Definitely. I think that we really took too long to put this together. Maybe some weeks ago would make sense because we will have more time to the process to be done correctly. But yeah, at this point, I would say that better to definitely to put together and plan a paid campaign, but with another goal. So let's keep up with the outreach. And someone wants to mention something? Oh, okay, sorry. And
yeah, fair enough. Yeah. I mean, a couple days is not much time. You're right. So probably not.
Yeah, but thanks for the comments. Cool. Okay. So some of you also mentioned about bring back the efforts that we've been working on in the past, and wanted to add these to the agenda so we can just jump straight into it now, taking advantage that also Mitch is here. Regarding our DApp marketing proposal, I think that this is something that Ashley was doing in the Communitas call. We were reviewing our goals and we're running behind, very behind. So we said that for these 3 months, we'll get 150K in donations and 30 new verified projects. And right now we have 23,800,000 and 42 verified projects. And I also added here in our agenda some of the items that we said that we were going to be doing. So I agree that it would be important to keep up with these efforts, having in mind that the 3 months are about to end. In this front, I wanted to maybe review some of these items that we were working on and try to move forward. So we discussed a little bit on the impact report. Maybe Surabhi, you can give some updates, status, if you've been able to really start with that, or something that we should organize around it.
Yes. So for the impact report, like, of course, I have some raw thoughts. So a lot of things will be derived from Meet the Makers and the project updates that we are already getting. But I need to make a proper structure and the outline of how exactly this short report will look like. So I will definitely prioritize this next week. This week, I think mostly it will go in the OP efforts. But yeah, next week I will prioritize this and share a draft and we'll take this up.
Sorry, I didn't understand. Why Meet the Makers? I didn't catch that. Can you repeat that?
Yes. So basically, we need some sort of storytelling, anecdotes for the report as well. Project updates. If you remember, like we have already started before and after impact. We have started this project progress update campaign on social media, right? So those kind of elements will also feature in this report. Like that will just help us build more credibility and trust. That will be just one part of it. But as far as the the entire data and analytics part of this report is concerned, like I have to work on the structure and. I have this weekly call scheduled with Emma next week, so I'll just discuss and put this on the agenda there. Like as to what exactly are the metrics that I want to put it in the report, accordingly I can just make a draft. And next call is next Tuesday. I will have some sort of draft ready for this.
Something that maybe Matt want to mention regarding this specific topic, the impact report?
I'm honestly not too familiar with this. I don't know much about it.
So, so Ahmed is actually not aware about it because this was discussed in the DApp working group proposal effort, which was primarily a discussion between me, you, Mitch, and Monique. So yeah, he's not very aware. So I will just share a sample report and some synopsis of this particular effort with him tomorrow, perhaps, my morning.
Cool. Yeah, I feel that we really don't have any progress on these. I think that we still need to start this effort and really start planning it as I hear you will do in the following weeks. And then regarding the marketing campaigns, we were talking a little bit about the marketing campaigns. I have these updates that I believe were from 2 weeks ago. And checking on our goal, which is getting 105,000 in donations. I think that either none of these campaigns are really strategize to get more donations. We are right now, we already started the project progress. We're doing Meet the Makers, but donor spotlight and testimonials. Think that we should really put another thoughts into this, because these ideas are not really targeting or not really focused on get our donations higher. So just raising that concern that I think that on the marketing campaigns status, we don't really have anything yet. So yeah, kind of like behind on that as well. Okay. Anything around the marketing campaigns? What do you think would be the next way to move forward with this? I know that we were working with Communitas to support us on this front. So maybe Surbi, do you have some ideas on how to move forward with this and maybe tailor them into an idea that will meet our donations goal?
Yes. So regarding Meet the Makers and all of these things that you mentioned, like these are going on, these have kickstarted. But yeah, I mean, fair, the feedback noted. I will just give it more thought and improvise the campaigns very specifically with the objective of raising more donations and increasing the donation metrics. So yeah, I mean, give me time. I don't have something to add at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, if I were to say something, I think we should do at least like one test a month or something, like try something new. I think more like a startup, like a small company. So like, for example, one thing here that I think we really want to test out is it's on this list here, which is basically get like projects to encourage their donor base to start using Giveth more and to start use more like network effects, and like not just have us be the ones that bring in more donors, but have like the projects themselves start to push Giveth more. Because I think, I mean, out of all the stuff, like that's the one that would, I think, give us like the most growth.
To try something more viral, you mean like more like a viral idea, tagging?
Yes, I mean, but like that one that I mentioned here is more. I mean, it's even more basic than that. It's just like have like a checklist for them to follow and say, this is what we recommend for you to get more donors. Just follow these like 5 steps. Yeah, and just give them like a checklist of things to do, basically.
I thought you brought this up so to be a few, like a month ago, no?
I think it was.
Never did anything about it.
It was the Matt mentioned to bring back to life this old issue that was about this, like give projects some instructions to just promote themselves and also promote Giveth. And then the next week we had this optimism crisis. So I couldn't follow on that, but yeah, there's like an old issue that was created for that matter. Perfect. That's a good start. Someone else have some ideas? I don't know, Mitch, you want to mention something about this as the DApp steward? Are you okay with these next steps?
Yeah, I mean, I just have to just really underline the importance of it and just follow and see what you guys come up with.
I know that the homepage upgrade is also still in progress. Surabhi was mentioning that. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so actually, effort on this was pretty much on pause since like 2.5 weeks or so. Now, actually, we are blocked, or wait, I should say, we are waiting for Marco to work on the design front. Suga and me are pretty much, done since like 2 weeks, so it's like on hold. Also, because Mitch Benson mentioned 2 weeks back, right? Like because of some urgent priorities on the paid gigs, we will not be focusing on further pages. So, which is why I'm not doing content part or content work for any of the pages. So, this is pretty much on hold right now. But yes, like Marco will design it, and then developers will, work on it, and then we will just pause this effort completely. But as far as the comms team is concerned, we are not doing any work on this particular front since 2 weeks.
Okay, cool. So, as you mentioned, it's not done either. And SEO is also on pause. We have not finished with the edits.
Yeah. The edits for the projects are not completed.
Oh no, no, Keshav, this is something else. No worries. This is about the SEO articles that we were writing.
I mean, I think there's at least like 2 of them that are basically done and they were reviewed. Like, we can just post them.
Yeah, I told Survi that I wanted to check them. I told Survi and Suga that I want to check them again, as I went through them and I still saw some things that were not very clear on the information. I know that these are not pieces that should be really well researched. Right now but yeah, we have like 2 that I already reviewed that are ready. That's true. I stop on that as well because I start focusing on the optimism efforts. But you're right, I already reviewed 2. And then on that, we should create the strategy. I think that I discussed this with Survi in the past, that we should align with Rodri to create the designs and then create the strategy for the promotion on these. I don't know if you, Survi, have been able to move forward with maybe this strategy or designs efforts.
There's confusion, Alex. So basically, once editing and everything is done, then I was supposed to proceed with the design. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I think that Lauren has her mic on. That's why we have like some noise. Oh, no worries. No worries. Okay, I think that you don't need to wait until the edits are done, as we will still need some images and the topics are clear. Also, the social media strategy, we can start planning on that. So I don't think that this is something that you should wait on the edits. As well, this is something that we discussed kind of like a couple of weeks ago. So if you want to kick off with this, I think that you have the enough materials to go ahead. Perfect. Cool. So yeah, again, I think that we're moving kind of slow with the marketing DAB proposal. Mitch, how much time do we have? Where are we right now?
You mean until we have to make the
8
next proposal?
Yeah, exactly.
10 minutes, Ahmad says. November 20th is when this season ends for us.
Okay, perfect. So I
We were
think
very
that,
late, so yeah.
yeah. Okay. As we haven't really finished any of these that we said that we will do, maybe something that would be strategic is to choose the ones that will give us more results in the short term. So that's something that we can definitely discuss. And then, as I don't think that we will reach any of the KPIs, the next proposal would be kind of like, could be repeating these KPIs that we're missing, or should we set maybe some more realistic metrics on our following up efforts? How would that look like?
Well, we can choose whatever we want to do. If we started working on something and we realize that it's really not going to give us what we want, then we should, change course instead of just promising to do the same thing. So we have a lot of options. We don't have to do things in a certain way,
Okay, understood. Great. So, maybe Surbi, you can take some time reviewing this and drafting a follow-up plan for the next month, I believe, and then plan on what would be more strategic to finish and work with that will give us more results. So I don't know if you have some sort of, or if maybe it's a good idea to start some sort of how do you call this, project management, in which like you can start tracking all the results that we have made so far, and then maybe we can have more clarity what's missing or what can we tackle. So yeah, could you work like this
one? Just modify if needed. So yeah, I'll do this.
Excellent. Cool. Yeah. We are missing this we're doing. Excellent. Cool. Else that someone wants to add regarding our proposal? Some of you mentioned at the beginning of the stand-up. We should consider it. Okay, cool. And now that Lauren is here, certain priority. I was wondering, should we make some videos with some video materials regarding anything around optimism?
That's a good question. I don't know how long it takes. Or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe something around the force with last time could make sense. Because I agree that maybe we have not a long time to create these an Optim tutorial.
Maybe if we created a video, like I feel like maybe a low-hanging fruit is like add your optimism address and get 25 OP, might be like just that messaging in a video. It's like, they could be like, Optimism Network is focused on supporting public goods projects. That's why Giveth is in support of Optimism Network. We have this initiative to blah, 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 to add your optimism address. And then, when you do that, you'll get 25 OP. It's super easy to do it. Just go here, click, blah,
Perfect. Okay, cool. I will coordinate with Kashaf on that so we can start working on that right away. And then one last thing that I wanted to make sure we're on the same page with, these Giveth QF guide is ready. I added the last section that Griff was requesting, so this paid and verified your Giveth project. So maybe either Suga and Lauren, can you review this last page that I just made, just to make sure that this is okay? And then I think that we can just start promoting this guide as well.
Amazing.
Sounds great.
Yep.
Excellent. Well, we didn't want to do the last thing that I discussed regarding this alpha campaign, Alpha Guilty, that we have available, but maybe we can touch on that next week until we figure out what's the best strategy to test this platform. But yeah, anything else that someone would like to add in these last 2 minutes that we're missing of the call? Cool. I see people's texting in the chat, and I think that for today, well, thank you so much, everyone. I will next steps and
Thanks so much.
Thanks so much.
thank you.